Good morning, students. This is Lakshmi, Assistant Professor in the Department of EEE, Chebrolu Engineering College, Lecture 14, Unit 1, Topic Solved Problems on Coulomb's Law. Whatever we have to discuss in Unit 1, that is in electrostatics, we discuss Coulomb's law, that is force of attraction between any two charges is directly proportional to the product of two charges, and the distance between the two charges is r, that is inversely proportional to the force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two charges. So simply the expression for Coulomb's law is F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. With the help of a force, we can easily determine the electric field intensity also. Now here, these are the problems based on Coulomb's law. Now let us discuss the first problem. A charge Q1 equal to minus 20 microcoulombs is located at P minus 6, 4, 6, and a charge Q2 15 microcoulombs is located at capital R 5, 8, minus 2 in a free space. Find the force exerted on Q2 by Q1 in vector form, and the distance between them is given in meters. First of all, to solve these problems, convert the point P and point R in a vector notation. That means the position vector for P is written as, that means here the points of P are minus 6, 4, 6. Now the position vector for this point is represented by minus 6 AX bar plus 4 AY bar plus 6 AZ bar. Similarly, for a point R 5, 8, minus 2, the position vector is written as R bar is equal to 5 AX bar plus 8 AY bar minus 2 AZ bar. Now in the problem, we have to solve or we have to determine the force on Q2 by Q1. We have already know the expression for force by using Coulomb's law is F2 bar is equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught R square 1 2 A12 bar. This is the expression of Coulomb's law in a vector notation. Here the A12 bar is a unit vector along the distance between P and R direction, and capital R is the distance between P and R. That means the distance between these 2 points is obtained by subtract these position vector. That means capital R minus P bar. So here capital R is 5AX bar and capital P is minus 6AX bar. Simply subtracted the coefficient of AX, coefficient of AY, coefficient of AZ. So finally we get the distance between the points P and R. So here 5 minus minus 6 minus minus plus, so that is 5 plus 6, here 11 ax bar plus 8 minus 4, that is 4 ay bar plus minus 2 minus 6, that is minus 8 az bar. That is the distance between the two position vectors P and R. So this is the final distance between P and R vectors. That is 11 ax bar plus 4 ay bar minus az bar. So now we have also find the mod of R12. So the magnitude of this position vector is square root of coefficient of ax bar, that is 11 square, and coefficient square of the coefficient of ay bar. So ay bar coefficient is 4, so 4 square plus coefficient of az square, so that is minus 8 square. So by calculating these value, that is root of 11 square plus 4 square plus minus 8 square value is equal to 14.1774. So here these are the points we can represented in a coordinate system, that is x, y, z coordinate system. The position of P, depending upon their coordinates, this is the position of P, and depending upon the coordinates of R, this is the position of Q2, and the distance between these 2 points is R bar 12. Here the unit vector which indicates the direction along this distance between the 2 points is A bar 12. So finally we get the values of R12 bar and R12 values. Now we have to find the value of unit vector. Unit vector of A bar 12 formula is R bar 12 divided by mod of R bar 12. Already we find the values of R bar 12, that is 11 ax bar plus 4 ay bar minus 8 az bar, and also we determine the value of mod of R12, that is equal to 14.1774. So by division the each coefficient of ax bar and ay bar, az bar by 14.1774, that is 11 by 14.1774 value is equal to 0.7758 ax bar plus 4 by 14.1774 value is equal to 0.2821 ay bar minus 8 by 14.1774 value is equal to 0.5642 az bar. Now substitute the values of q1, q2, 4 pi epsilon naught mod of r12 square and a12 bar vector also in the Coulomb's formula. In the given problem, the q1, q2 values are 20 microcoulombs and 50 microcoulombs. So to convert the microcoulombs as a coulombs, by multiply with 10 power minus 6. So minus 20 into 10 power minus 6, 50 into 10 power minus 6 by 4 pi epsilon naught value is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12, and mod of R12 square value is 14.1774 whole square, and as usual it is a vector notation for this a bar 12 is there. Now the calculation of the entire this term is minus 0.0447, and we have already find the value of a bar 12. Just substitute here and multiply this value for a bar 12. Finally we get the answer, that is force vector is minus 0.0346 ax bar minus 0.01261 ay bar plus 0.02522 az bar, and the units of force is newtons. So we have to find the force exerted on Q2 by Q1. This is the force expression, and also in the problem we have to find the magnitude of the force also. So the magnitude of the force is square root of coefficient of square of ax and the coefficient of square of ay, that is 0.0346 whole square plus 0.01261 whole square plus minus 0.02522 whole square. So finally by calculating this value, it is equal to 44.634 millinewtons. So this is the final answer, that is the force exerted on Q2 by Q1 and its value also. Now next problem. Four point charges, each of 10 microcoulombs, are placed in free space at the points 1, 0, 0, minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 0, minus 1, 0 meters respectively. Determine the force on a point charge of 30 microcoulombs located at a point 0, 0, 1 meters. The figure is as shown in this diagram. Here these are the charges Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4, and this is the point we have to find the force due to charge Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Here R1Q is the distance between point P and Q1, and R2Q is the distance between point B and point P. R3Q is the distance between point Q3 and point P. R4Q is the distance between point D and point P. So here we have to find the force F1, F2, F3. That means here the position vectors are represented by Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4, which are located, and they can be obtained by assuming A bar is equal to AX bar, B bar is equal to minus AX bar, C bar is equal to AY bar, and D bar is equal to minus AY bar. So these are the position vectors of a point P for a charge 30 microcoulombs situated, and point P unit vector is Az bar. That means whenever we have to calculate the force on the points A, B, C, D on P, we have to take position vector. For A bar is Ax bar, for B bar is minus Ax bar, for C bar is Ay bar, and for D bar is minus Ay bar. So these are coming due to the their coordinate points, basing on their coordinate points. Here the coordinate point for A is 1 0 0, so automatically the position vector for A is represented by Ax bar. For Q2, it is their coordinates are minus 1 comma 0 0, so the position vector for Q2 is represented by minus Ax bar. Similarly, for C, the position vector is indicated by the Ay, because there is only y coordinate is there. Here there is a negative y coordinate for D, so that's why here the position vector for D is minus Ay bar, and the position vector for P is only along z axis, that's why here the position vector for P is Az bar. That means the position vectors or representation of vectors is defined basing on their coordinate points, that means x, y, z. So it is clear the position vectors of A, B, C, D and P. Now the next process is we have to find the charge Q, the force on Q due to Q1 is indicated by the letter F1. So according to Coulomb's law, F is equal to Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught R square 1Q. So here R1Q we have to find, and also A bar 1Q. So what is the value of R1Q bar means simply the differences between position vector P and to the A vector. So here the position vector P is Az bar and position vector for A is Ax bar. Now by subtracting this we get the radius, that is the distance between P and A, that is indicated by the letter R bar 1Q. Therefore R bar 1Q, mod of R bar 1Q is square root of 1 square plus 1 square, that is a square root 2. Now substitute these values in this formula, that is Q1, Q2 and R bar vector and magnitude of R bar and also R square. Here the Q charge is 30 microcoulombs. To convert into coulombs, that is 30 into 10 power minus 6, and Q1 is that is the charge on A, that is 10 microcoulombs. So 10 into 10 power minus 6, denominator manaki 4 pi epsilon naught is it is a fixed value 8.54 into 10 power minus 12, and R square value is root 2 whole square, and AR bar, that means A bar 1Q formula is R bar 1Q by mod of R bar 1Q. So this is the vector of R bar 1Q and this is the mod of R bar 1Q. Now by calculating these R values except this vector, this value is equal to 0.9533 Az bar minus Ax bar. This is the force on Q due to Q1. Similarly, we have to find the force on Q due to Q2 is represented by F2, and this value is equal to just the remaining constants are all same values, but the vector is only changes. That vector Q2 vector is Az bar plus Ax bar. Now by calculating the F2, that is force on Q due to Q2, what are the we have to follow the procedure, the force on Q due to Q1, the same procedure we have to done for F2, F3, F4. That means here the F3 is the force on P due to Q3 charge, and force on P due to Q4 charge. So these are the total forces. Now the total force on Q due to all force charges is simply the sum of the individual forces exerted on Q by the charges. That means F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus F4. So by substituting all the values, finally the force on Q due to all charges, all 4 charges, is 3.813 AZ bar newtons. And the next, this is the next problem. Determine the electric field intensity at P minus 0.2, 0, minus 2.3 meters due to a point charge of plus 5 nano coulombs at a Q 0.2, 0.1, minus 2.5 meters in air. So here we have to find the electric field intensity. So the formula for electric field intensity is E is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R square AR bar. So these are the 2 points. This is the position of P, and in the problem the coordinates of P is minus 0.2, 0, minus 2.3, and now Q is at a distance R from point P. Here we have to find the electric field intensity at the point P due to this charge. That point charge value is 5 nanocoulombs. So whenever we find the electric field intensity at the point P, we know the values AR bar and R. R is the distance between point charge and to the point where the electric field intensity we have to find, and AR bar is along that direction. So we have to find the values of AR bar and R square. First of all, we find the R value, that is R bar, that means difference between position vectors P and Q. So simply P minus Q, that is minus 0.2, minus 0.2 AX bar plus 0 minus 0.1 AY bar plus minus 2.3 minus of minus 2.5 AZ bar. Finally the distance between the 2 points, that is R bar QP value is minus 0.4 AX bar and minus 0.1 AY bar plus 0.2 AZ bar. So next, as the formula of unit vector, AR bar is equal to R bar OP by mod of R bar OP. So we have to find the mod of R bar value, that is the square root of minus 0.4 whole square plus 0.1 whole square plus 0.2 whole square. So this is the final expression for AR bar, and by knowing the all values, that is AR bar vector is there and mod of R bar is there, and finally the electric field intensity formula, that is Q by, here Q is 5 nanocoulombs. So nano converted into coulombs, that is multiply with 10 power minus 9. That's why here 5 nanocoulombs is equal to 5 into 10 power minus 9. The denominator minus 4 pi into epsilon, that is value 8.854 into 10 power minus 12, and here the mod of R square value, that is 0.45825 whole square, and AR bar vector. So it is lengthy, just you have to write the AR bar here, and all the calculations of these value is equal to 214, and as usual AR bar. Now this 214 is multiplied with the AR bar vector. Now the electric field intensity at the point P due to point charge Q, that is 5 nanocoulombs, is equal to minus 186.779 AX bar minus 46.694 AY bar plus 93.389 AZ bar volt per meter. This is the final expression, final electric field intensity vector at the point P due to point charge at Q. And the next problem, calculate the field intensity at a point on sphere of radius 3 meters if a positive charge of 2 microcoulombs is placed at the origin of the sphere. So when you observe the figure, this is a sphere having radius 3 meters, and if a positive charge, that is 2 microcoulombs, is placed at the origin, that is at O. Now on the surface, that means we have to find a point on the sphere of the radius, that means on the sphere at any point we have to find the electric field intensity due to this point charge. That is the distance between the point charge and to the where the we have to find the electric field intensity point, and also the unit vector is along the direction, that is radius direction, represented by AR bar. Now here the electric field intensity is equal to formula Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R square AR bar. Here the radius is simply the radius of the sphere, that is 3 meters, and along the radius the unit vector is AR bar, that is as it is, and the charge is 2 microcoulombs. So the microcoulombs converted into coulombs by 10 power minus 6 multiply with 10 power minus 6. So the charge Q is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 6 by 4 pi 8.854 into 10 power minus 12, and the radius, that is 3 square AR bar value. So simply the electric field intensity on the sphere or at a distance r from the point charge is equal to 1.9972 AR bar kilovolt per meter. The next problem, a charge is distributed on x-axis of a Cartesian system having a line charge density 3x square microcoulomb per meter. Find the total charge over the length of 10 meters. That is, in the problem there is a values or line charge density that is represented by the letter rho L, and the rho L value is equal to 3x square microcoulomb per meter, and the length is indicated by the letter L, it is equal to 10 meters, and it is clearly in the given problem along the x-axis. That means it is simply a line charge distribution. So we have already known in a Cartesian system the line charge distribution case, the charge dq is equal to rho L dl. So to determine the q value, simply integrate on both sides, then q formula is integral rho L dl. Here the limits of L is from 0 to 10. Why? Because the length of the x charge is from 0 to 10, and the rho L value is 3x square dx. So 3 is a constant. Now x square integral x square value is equal to x cube by 3 and the limits are 0 to 10. Now substituting the limits in this equation, we get 1000 microcoulombs, or it may be also written as 1 microcoulomb. This is a simple problem depending upon the charge distribution. If there in the problem is given any surface charge distribution, so in that case we have to integrate 2 times. In surface there are 2 variables are there. For example, if you take a sheet, it has 2 variables, length and breadth. So that's why for a surface charge distribution we have to integrate 2 times. Similarly, for a volume we have to integrate 3 times. The next problem, this is an example for volume charge distribution. A volume charge density is expressed as rho v is equal to 10 z square x sine pi y. Find the total charge inside the volume and the variables of x, y, z, their limits -1 less than or equal to, x less than or equal to 2, 0 less than or equal to, y less than or equal to 1, and z variables are, z limits are 3 less than, z less than or equal to 3.6. When you observe the volume charge density expression, there are 3 variables x, y, z. That is the indication we have to integrate 3 times. So we have already know charge distributions are 3 types: line charge, surface charge, volume charge. And we have also chosen the what type of it is a coordinate system, whether it is a Cartesian or cylindrical or spherical. That is also an important point. Here there are only variables are x, y, z. That means they are belongs to Cartesian coordinate system. Why? Because the formula, the expression for volume charge, line charge and surface charge is the same for all coordinate system. But whenever you substitute the values of in the formula, we have to first select the whether the given problem is in a Cartesian coordinate system or spherical coordinate system or cylindrical coordinate system. That why? Because when you substitute the surface formula in a Cartesian coordinate system, that is dx dy. If in case it is a spherical, that is a formula is equal to r d phi and dy, like that. So that is the difference between types of coordinate system. The same charges formulas are same, but when you substitute the ds value or dv value, dl value, that depends upon the types of the coordinate system. It is clear, it is a Cartesian coordinate system. So simply the volume expression for in a Cartesian coordinate system is dx dy dz. So the charge dq is equal to formula rho v dv. So a rho v expression is given in the problem, 10 z square x sine pi y, and dv is the smallest volume, that is equal to dx dy dz. Whenever you have to find the value of q, simply integrating on both sides, so that is in a volume integral. Here in the given problem, the variables limits are also given in that. For x -1 comma 2, for y 0 comma 1, for z -3 to 3.6. Now by integrating the variables separately, that means they integrate the respective variables. For example, if there is an x part is there, that is x and dx is there. Now it is integrated with respect to x. This value is equal to x square by 2. And y part, that is sin pi y into dy, that is equal to minus cos pi y by pi, and their limits are 0 to 1. And the z term, that is z square, it is integrated with respect to integral z is equal to -3 to 3.6. So the integration of z square is z cube by 3. Now substitute all the limits of their respect to x, y, z, and we get the answer. Charge q in a volume charge density is 62.57 coulombs. Okay, and the next problem. A uniform line charge infinity in extent with rho L is equal to 20 nano coulomb per meter lies along the z axis. Find the E bar at 6, 8, 3 meters. When you observe the figure, this is the line charge density, and the line charge density value is 20 nano coulomb per meter, and this is the point P. So we have to find the electric field intensity at the point P due to this line charge density. So we have to find the, first of all, the unit vector, that means from origin to this point. So this point is lying 0, 0, z. So the r bar, that means the distance between line that is along z axis to point P, is indicated by the letter r bar. So this is value is equal to 6 minus 0, 6 minus 0 az bar, 8 minus 0 az bar, and along the z direction. So that's why z coordinates while calculating r, simply we eliminate in that. So this is the r bar vector, and ar bar unit vector is represented by r bar by mod of r bar. So r bar vector is 6ax bar plus 8ay bar, and the magnitude of r bar, that is square root of r square plus 8 square. So finally ar bar vector is 0.6 ax bar plus 0.8 ay bar. Now we have to find the electric field intensity at the point P. The expression for electric field intensity is rho L, that is simply replaced by Q by line charge density. So this is the another form of expression for electric field intensity when line charge density is given in the problem. So that is E bar is equal to rho L by 2 pi epsilon naught r ar bar. So in the problem, the rho L value is 20 nano coulombs. So to convert the nano into coulombs by multiply with 10 power minus 9. So 20 into 10 power minus 9 and 2 pi into epsilon naught value. Here the unit vector ar bar substitute there. Finally the vector electric field intensity at the point P due to line charge density is 10.7853 ax bar plus 14.38 ay bar volt per meter. So these are the problems we have to solve by using Coulomb's law. That means determination of force at point charges and also electric field intensity at the point charges. In the next class we discuss about the another problems basing on another topic. Thank you.